Hi, it's Bruce. It's Tuesday. Oh, Tuesday. Oh my God. It's Sunday. What am I thinking? Sunday, November 6, 2011. It's been a long time since I've blogged, but I've been through Reno, I've been through Beverly Hills, and I'm still here. Actually, I was in Istanbul. Bill and I went to Turkey for 10 days. And I just have a hard time catching up with anything anymore. So briefly, I saw two plays that I'm just going to mention briefly. The Submission, I saw that like the closing week over a month ago. Never got to talk about it. It's a decent play. A lot of my friends liked it, so we went before it closed. It's by Jeff Talbot, starring Jonathan Groff, and it's about a young white gay man who writes a play about a black family, and then it sort of thinks he'll get in trouble for admitting to write it, so he hires this black actress to say she wrote it so it could be submitted to a festival. I kept going, this is a terrible idea, all the way through, knowing that it would blow up, but that's the dramatic part of it. It was a good play. I saw stupid name for a play, We Live Here. Well, who doesn't in any play? It's by Zoe Kazan. It closes today at the Manhattan Theater Club space on 54th, 6th Street, wherever that is. And it was one of the worst plays I've seen in the last few years. Hated it, hated it, hated it. Do you ever hear me say that? But it closes today, so if you haven't seen it, you saved yourself. Now, to two plays that are running, which I liked. First of all, Godspell. Now, I'll just tell you that if I say this, and it gets you to want to see it, then great. There's a revival of Godspell. It's wonderfully well cast. It's very well directed. It's in a very perfect space. And it's a revival of Godspell. Do you want to see it? I actually liked it. I went in, Godspell, I have sort of like a little history with Godspell. I never saw the original, but the author and original director, John Michael Tebelak, who conceived the idea, and then Stephen Schwartz wrote the score, was from Cleveland, which is my hometown. So when the first rights went out for a production, John Michael Tebelak came and actually directed it at the Great Lakes Shakespeare Festival in Cleveland. So we really had the first production of Godspell outside of New York. And I saw it a lot. I knew at least one of the people in it, and I met a lot of people in it, and I went to a lot of performances, and I just loved it. And I had a crush on one of the actors, and I actually sort of saw the guy who played Jesus for just sort of saw him. Anyway, enough said on that. So I really was struck with Godspell. This is in the 70s. But as life has gone on, I've sort of like gotten over Godspell, and so I wasn't sure if I was going to like seeing it. But as luck would have it, a very fine director named Daniel Goldstein directed this wonderful new cast and cast Hunter Parrish, who plays the eldest son, Mary Louise Parker's eldest son on the TV show Weeds, and I love Hunter Parrish. Well, Hunter Parrish gives a wonderful performance as Jesus, and he's best seen off in one of his final numbers, Beautiful City, which he has a very pleasant voice and a very pleasant stage manner, and so I actually really enjoyed watching it, and the rest of the cast. Now, it's very updated, and there's no book credit. There was never a book credit. I think it sort of was an improvised musical around the standard parables that are, I think, sort of written, and then I think you have the leeway to improvise the script. And some of the improvisation, or the update due to the improvisation, is quite amusing, and some isn't quite as amusing. So I thought Godspell was sort of an up and down thing for me, although on the whole pleasant, and I'm not sure how it's going to be received. It still is Godspell. I'm not sure how it's going to be received critically. As I said, I'll recommend it if you want to see a revival of Godspell, and you want to see a well-directed and well-cast Godspell. I do love some of the numbers in it. Turn Back, O Man. We had an understudy named Julia Madison, who was delightful. Beautiful City, I love that song that Hunter sings. And We Beseech Thee. So it's got some great numbers. It also has, like, I know the hit song is Day by Day, but it gets very repetitious, that song, as does Prepare Ye the Way of the Lord, and a couple of the other songs are a little repetitious for me. But those last two I mentioned, I think, are quite good songs. And The Circle and the Square is a great place to see it. So, we'll see how it goes. I think it's opening soon. We'll see how the critics enjoy this revival. I'm not sure they're going to like Godspell. I still have mixed feelings about it. All right, now yesterday I saw Venus in Fur starring Nina Arianda and Hugh Dancy. I admit, I get these crushes, and Hugh Dancy is one of my crushes. So I think it's the two-character play about a director, a writer who is casting his play called Venus in Fur and can't find an actress, and at the very end of the casting day, this mysterious actress shows up who says she's late for an appointment, but she's really not written down for an appointment, and sort of forces herself to have an audition, and which lasts pretty much 90 minutes as they start acting out Venus in Fur, the play as written, coming in and out of the characters of the actors and the director into the characters in the play and back and forth. It's quite clever. It's by David Ives, directed very nicely by Walter Bobby. Nina Arianda gives a very hysterically funny and dramatic performance, and Hugh Dancy's quite strong as the leading man, and is nothing to sneeze at while looking at those two on stage. And it's quite mesmerizing. I have to say I was taken by the end. It has an end that's quite a twist, and I stayed for the talkback after, and the ending is supposed to be a little ambiguous, ambivalent, which is sort of a joke within the play. And I'm going to take the ending at face value. For what the actress says at the end, I'm going to say that's the ending for me. But there's other ways to view the ending. It's a flawed play, but it keeps your interest. And sometimes it's very funny and sometimes it's very dramatic. And it is kinky. It's about the play Venus in Fur is supposedly written by the original book that it's based on is a German book written by the man who sort of, the word sadomasochism was coined for his name. So you get Nina in a little leather and stuff, and you get a little whips and chains, sort of metaphorical, metaphysical whips and chains, and I liked it a lot. So today, but I don't have time to review it, so I'll do it on my next blog. We're seeing Hugh Jackman, not Hugh Dancy. It's my weekend of Hughes, and so I'm looking forward to the Hugh Jackman show on Broadway. And as of right now, the season's off to a start. I won't say it's the best start. Last season it was like, everything I saw was like brilliant. Now everything I've seen so far is like, I liked it. So we'll see. There's a lot more to open, there's lots more to see, and I hope the season can at least come up a little bit to last season, which I thought was like a phenomenal season. All right, enjoy the theater. Glad to see you again.